Again, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Troy Ibarra. I'm the head of marketing for StayFi. Arthur, our CEO, generally gives these presentations, but he's feeling a bit under the weather today, so that's why you see my name popping up as his in the little box over there. But thanks for joining. Today, we're really excited to be going over a brand new tool that we have available for everyone that subscribes to StayFi email marketing currently. And essentially, it is the ability to collect guest data ahead of the guest's stay and without hardware. So it's the first time we've been able to do this. We're calling it pre-arrival guest data collection. And essentially today, I'm going to be going through an overview of the tool, how it works, kind of the benefits of using it and why you might want to activate it, how you can get started, and then I'm also going to give you a live walkthrough in the tool to show you exactly how you can turn it on and start collecting guest data. So getting started. So an overview of the tool, as I said, this is the first time that you're going to be able to collect data from your guests ahead of their stay. So while this is, something that you can achieve without hardware, by doing this, essentially you're going to be able to get approximately between 2 and 10% of all guest data using this method. It's not going to be as comprehensive as our, Wi-Fi marketing subscription, just because that is going to be physically on site versus this is happening ahead of the stay. Essentially, the way that the tool works is that as people are getting ready and you're sending them a message ahead of their stay, usually we recommend about a week, you're going to be directing people to your homepage. So getting them excited for their stay, you want people to check out, your HostCo storefront or your Viator storefront, take a look through your guidebook, check out your direct booking link, anything that you offer through your homepage. And on the way to the homepage, essentially, we have a new splash page that you can see right over here that says prepare for your stay. So as people are entering the homepage, they're going to have to fill out this information. And then at that point, they can also share your homepage with other guests in their travel party. Or if they don't do it at that time and they're checking out your homepage, they can also share it with other guests at that time using this little share button. So again, how it works without using hardware. So by leveraging StayFi Email Plus, which you do need to be a subscriber of to have access to the tool, you're going to be able to collect guest data from anyone in the party who essentially is trying to access your homepage. Through that splash screen right there. And approximately 2 to 10% of all guest data we estimate to be collected. This is a brand new feature, so it is an approximation and results can vary. We've only been able to test it out with a couple of different accounts, so we'll get more accurate numbers as it comes in. But as it stands, this is the best way to get guest data from guests ahead of your stay with or without a Wi-Fi marketing subscription. But we do particularly see this as something that's going to be really impactful for people who might not be able to engage in the traditional Wi-Fi marketing plan. So how it works from a functional perspective in StayFi, all you're going to really need to do, and again, it just takes a couple of minutes, is set up your pre-stay page. So pick a headline, take out the body, and get these pages live. It's a template. We have it ready for you, and it's quite quick. And for the vast majority of you, you're already going to have your homepage set up. But if you don't have a homepage yet for any reason, or you haven't customized it yet, you're going to want to get that set up ahead of turning on the feature. Then you're going to automatically send the message either that you've set up in StayFi or through your PMS. Set that up so that when guests are getting ready for their stay, they're automatically getting a message that's pushing them to go check out your homepage and get excited. The guest is going to explore that homepage, share it with other guests. They will do the same. And then once that's all been done, all of the guest information is going to be stored in the CRM that you are accustomed to using. And you can actually see now at this point where the guest's information has come from. So you can actually see in the CRM, I'll show you in a bit what that looks like, that it's come from pre-arrival. So you can accurately see how much data that you're getting from the tool. So some of the main benefits and reasons that, we came up with this after hearing feedback from customers and deciding what we wanted to put on a roadmap for the year. We did speed this along because we think that it's obviously really important to have as much guest data as you can. So obviously, there's a lot that you can do with that in your remarketing campaigns in terms of boosting your direct bookings. But in addition to that, we knew that it was a really great complement to our homepage product because it will help you generate more upsell revenue. The more that you're sending this over to guests, the more upsold amenities that you would be able to have, whether it's early check-in, private chef, a masseuse, anything that you're offering through the homepage that can generate revenue on your behalf. This is giving you an opportunity to make more money ahead of the stay and during it when they sign into their Wi-Fi and check out that homepage. So um, another reason this is inherently very shareable. We obviously spent a great deal of time creating the homepage and making that something that is a launchpad for you guys to both generate revenue and also genuinely offer something to your guests. We have had a lot of good feedback on, our Hostco stores and the Viator tablet and, some of the more custom, interesting things that you guys have been able to do with your homepages. Guests do like exploring them, so we know that it's a great opportunity to get this in front of more people and obviously get some of their data along the way, so you can make sure that if they have a good time, they can come back and rebook. Um, Obviously, one of the biggest things for this is that there is no hardware needed. So you're able to collect data without having, any additional hardware installations. And this is really perfect for, the type of owner or property manager that isn't able to install Wi-Fi hardware in their property. So, maybe if you have a building-wide Wi-Fi system or something like that, that prevents you from being able to do that, or if it's just not optimal to invest in hardware at the time. Another great use case for this is actually for anyone who is even looking to get the full StayFi products and engage in a Wi-Fi marketing subscription, collect as much guest data as possible. If you're not able to get to the property for a couple of months or something like that, this is a really great way to get started and start collecting some data while you're not able to access the property, which is also pretty great. So in terms of getting started, it's actually quite simple. So as I said before, you are going to have to be an Email Plus subscriber to have access to the feature. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is become a StayFi email marketing customer, of course, and get your PMS connected so that you can be automatically sending that message over to your guests. You're going to create your homepage and the pre-stay splash page, create that pre-arrival message that you can see right down here. And again, I'm going to walk you through this in the tool in a moment, but you would find that in the pre-arrival messaging tab. So just customize your message. You click Edit Guest Flow over here to create those pages. And then the last thing that I would just mention, and we feel is important, is obviously to get the most out of this, you are going to want to optimize your homepage. So if this is the moment that, this might be a push for you to go in and either edit or activate your upsell storefronts, change some of the offerings, add anything cool that you might have. Some people have added custom tiles for dolphin experiences and guided hikes and things like that that have really been a hit for them personally at their rentals. So it is worth going in there and adding some of those things to your storefront because one, it is going to really excite guests for their stay. It's something that you might be able to get them to do that makes their experience and makes them want to come back and rebook again. Um, and now, by leveraging all of that, you can also get some extra data from your guests as well. So you can have as much marketing contact information as possible. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what it looks like in the tool. So I'm going to come over into your StayFi dashboard here. And as I mentioned before, the first thing you're going to do is head over to the pre-arrival messaging tab. And then head over to Edit Guest Flow right over here next to Collect Guest Data. So for most of you, this should be automatically turned on if you're a StayFi email marketing customer. If not, be sure to toggle it on and then head over to edit guest flow. And here you're going to see the builder. So you can get it done very, very quickly. We already have, a pre-populated message for you if you don't want to tweak it, but we do want to mention that it's always important to use our dynamic fields. So welcoming people to the specific property that they've booked with and are showing up at. And it's just a little welcome message here. We provide a body for the message as well, but if there is something special about the property that you or your properties that you do want to include, if you have a benefits program or anything like that, even if you wanted to put, a reminder that you guys have some sort of special discount or anything like that, you can make a custom bodied message and then go ahead and head to this next screen. And this is the share screen. So once people sign in and enter their information, they're going to be prompted to share the homepage as well with their travel party. Same thing here. So you can customize this headline or the body of the message. And what you'll see over here is once they have that, they can actually share it in a bunch of different ways. So if they want to send it via text to their friends, over via WhatsApp, email, or realistically any of the other share options that you get with your iPhone or Android device, you can click over here and share it anyway. So once you're done, you're going to go ahead and save your changes. Come back here. And you're going to want to make sure that you've customized your pre-stay message. So again, we have a ready-made message for you here. I do want to call attention to some of the dynamic property fields, but you're going to want to likely welcome them to the property that they're going to be staying at. And then this is really your opportunity to sell what the homepage is. So the better this message is, the more intriguing it is, the more engaging it is, the more detail that you add to get people to want to click on the email and to open up that homepage URL, the more people are going to do it. So if you have anything special or you want to add your own, brand voice, flair, anything like that that you've felt has worked in your email marketing, feel free to add that here, customize that message template. And for the majority of customers, depending on your PMS, we do have this feature available for most PMS. If you aren't able to send the message automatically, which you can see here is toggled on, you can also come up here and set up the message manually. So we walk you through it here, but the same kind of situation where you're going to have this message template, and then you would actually be setting it on your OTA. For either of these options, I do want to note as well that you can come in and if you want a custom message by property, so if you have, some special offerings on a property level, maybe you have one property in Montana and the other in Hawaii, or on the one in Montana, you want to, call out the fact that you guys have horseback riding or something like that. You can come down right here and you can actually customize the message specifically at the property level. Otherwise, it's just going to be the same, regardless of what property the guest is going to be staying at. And really, it's as simple as that. Once you have that set up, it's good to go. Guests will start receiving messages and you're going to start collecting data. There's nothing else you really need to do. But once you do start doing that, I did want to show you what it will look like in your CRM. So if you head over to guest list here, yes, you can actually see over here what the source is for the guest's data that you've collected here. So I am the example on this one. But if you go over here and hover over this label, you can see that I've come through pre-arrival. As you've probably seen in the CRM in the past, you can have people that have come through Wi-Fi or PMS. If you want to see just people who have come through pre-arrival, you can filter like this and see how many people you've collected through that method once you've activated it. And then you can actually use these contacts for segmentation in your email marketing as well. So if you head over to the email marketing tab, you can see here that everything has been set up and is working, currently importing into your subscriber list. And if you head to subscribers, you will see a specific segment here called StayFi Pre-Arrival Guests. So that'll be continually updated with new guests that you've gotten through pre-arrival. If you want to, use that list specifically in any of your email marketing campaigns, you can go ahead and do that. So that's all. It is a pretty simple tool, quite powerful, but very easy to set up and to get going. So that's actually all we have in terms of the walkthrough. Obviously, we always have our support, but at this point, I will open it up to any questions that people have. Let's see. Uh, just checking to see if there is any questions that we should go over verbally. If you want to find out the cost of an Email Plus subscription, it's just a bit more than a standard email subscription, but you can head on over to stayfi.com/pricing to check that out. All of our email products are free up to 200 contacts, which is great. It is based on the number of contacts you have, but just head over to our pricing page and you can check out all of that information. And then Anthony asked if the source data is passable via API. So pre-arrival guest data can only be used with our email marketing tool specifically. It's not synced to third-party email service providers. So yes, so this is going to be a feature that is tied with our Email Plus program. And then Bonnie asked if they do fill out the pre-stay page, will the system remember whether or not when they get to the property and use guest Wi-Fi, if they don't sign in again. So the system will remember that they signed in before the stay and it won't ask them to sign in again if they do want to access the homepage multiple times before arrival. So that would be a bit annoying, but no, it'll recognize that that's happened. And they'll immediately be sent through. But they would have to sign in one more time once they get to the property, just so we can identify them correctly as a Wi-Fi guest and trigger any of the automations that you have set up. So, for example, if you have your Wi-Fi welcome email set up, that's triggered to send when someone arrives at the property, we do want to make sure that we're catching that person and setting that automation in motion to make sure everything's being delivered. Um, and yes, Anthony, yes, this is Troy here. Arthur was sick today and he's generally the one that's doing this. So I was actually using his Zoom account today, but this is Troy Bar. If you don't have a PMS, if you don't use a PMS, can you automate the message, or does manually mean I have to go in and send it directly myself? So you would go into the PMS to set up the message, but it would still be automatically sending if you follow the instructions. So it's not that you would have to like manually send the email to every single guest that's coming. It still can be automated and set up in your PMS. It's just that you have to make sure that it's set up in your PMS itself. StayFi doesn't automatically do it for you. Does this sync in any way with the list of registered guests? My colleague Yvonne is answering that one, but I will answer it again live after it's over to it. Might not be totally on, but I'm wondering if you guys have any tips to target people to give me their info. It seems on most group stays, only the booker and maybe one other person gives me their email/text. So Chris, in the context of this tool, I mean, realistically, your best option is to optimize the email message and the actual pre-stay page itself to make sure that people understand why they're going to want to pass through that gate. So in your email, making sure that you're getting people ready. One of the best things would probably be if you are leveraging the host co-advisor. to actually explain what a couple of those like potential amenities and activities are to get people really excited. And then at that point, you'd have them committed to wanting to actually go through that flow and access some of those things. Um, Once they've done that and it's shared to other people, they're going to want to go in, check it out, read the details, and it's easiest for them to just share the homepage so that they can check out all the options. So I think it all starts realistically with that initial email, and then also on the pre-stay page as people are coming in, maybe throwing in a little bit of customization that can get people excited. Let's see here. Uh, Yes, this webinar will be recorded. No worries on showing up late. So every single recording that we have of our StayFi Mastery Marketing sessions are actually posted on our YouTube. So if you just look up StayFi on YouTube, you can find our account, and there's actually a specific playlist that we have for all of our marketing mastery sessions. So they'll live on there indefinitely. Okay, with hardware you connect and are connected, how will they connect their Wi-Fi to the network? Sorry, Tim, I might need you to rephrase that question. If you're referencing our Wi-Fi marketing software, the Prime SafeFi subscription, basically your access point is installed with your router. And as people are signing into the Wi-Fi, they get the splash page that you would be collecting their information from. And it's automatic. It's essentially tied together. So the person would be going through that process and would be connected to the Wi-Fi. Roxana, so the cost of I think Yvonne's answering, but the cost of email plus again can be found on stayfi.com/pricing. It's just a hair above our typical email marketing. So can you repeat the portion of not being able to be at the property for a while and start implementing? I issued that portion. Yes. So Nicholas, essentially what I was saying is that it's a really good option for people to engage in if you're not able to get to the property, which is necessary to set up our Wi-Fi marketing hardware. So if you're interested in starting to collect guest data, but you're not able to get over to the property, in the meantime, you can always use pre-arrival guest data collection and at least get a portion of that guest data, because you're obviously going to be sending it through email and it's completely virtual. So it doesn't matter if you're at the property or not. It doesn't collect obviously as much data as you will at the property, but it's an option for you to start collecting data ahead of time if you are planning on being a Wi-Fi marketing customer. I would imagine if StayFi were able to autosave login guests arriving to the property, if they signed into pre-arrival, it would increase data collection in advance considerably. I think my colleague Yvonne is answering that one right now. Is there screening for StayFi guests to determine if they are a minor or not? Don't want to market to primary kids guests. You can add a age box actually into the our splash pages. So yes, that is a part of the tool. Okay. If I buy the access points from you and have it shipped to the property, remote management, then can I just say a cleaner, plug it in, and I'm good to go? Um, so Bonnie, it is going to be a little bit more complicated than that. We do recommend someone be at the property with a laptop as well as the access point. We've done some things to obviously make it easier, but ultimately when you do plug in the access point, you're going to want to actually like map it to the property it's at. So you would need access to the StayFi account as well, just to make sure everything's getting set up correctly. And occasionally there's, a couple of things that you need to do when getting it set up within your account to make sure everything's good to go. You can also schedule a call with support as well to have you walk through it, but um, we do recommend someone probably with more like weight in the business or someone that's working from you be the one to set it up realistically. Okay. I believe that was all the questions in queue. I will give it another minute in case anyone has any more. Can you be at any router to set up the hardware? I think my colleague Yvonne is going to answer that because I'm actually not 100% sure. Um, and Bonnie, thank you very much. We hope you get a lot of use out of the tool. Um, okay. Where do we add extra add-ons to the homepage? So I can actually show you that. What you're going to want to do, share that again, is go into the Wi-Fi experience tab. So you can find that here. And if it's the overall homepage template that you want to edit, you can go ahead and do that here, or you can bulk edit your home pages. From within the template, it'll give you the option to add custom tiles as well. So down here, custom button, for example, you can go ahead and add custom buttons, give it an icon, and put in a direct link to anything that you want to promote. And then in terms of your Hostco and Viator stores, to activate them as storefronts, which we um, automatically do for you with the Hostco, you have a couple extra steps with Viator. You just need to toggle these on, and then you would actually sign into those accounts to make any changes. So within the Hostco, if you want to activate anything or take anything off, you can do that from there. You can add like a lot of custom things as well to your Hostco store, like equipment rental or anything like that. You can also customize your Viator account from within that account, but you can go ahead and make those changes here. And then in the Wi-Fi experience page, you see all of your individual homepages. So if you want to make changes to like a specific homepage, you can go ahead and do that right here. Okay. Any more questions? Ever I had a bad guess. Um, I had a bad guest and I don't want to market to them ever. How would I keep them out of my messaging? Um, so I think my colleague Yuan is answering that one. I'm not sure what the like the most streamlined way of doing that would be. I think you might be able to do that if you maybe can create like a custom subscriber list maybe within email marketing, but I will let him answer that one because he might be able to give you a more a refined answer. You might want to mention that having an access point Wi-Fi marketing gives a huge discount to email marketing. That's correct. Yeah. So in terms of a discount to both StayFi Email and Email Plus, you do get a discount for either having your PMS or at least one access point connected. So you can access the discount either way, actually, but it does provide a good discount on your email marketing account if you do have that. Um, and again, if you have one of those two, you also have access to free StayFi email under 200 contacts as well. Thank you too, Sam. Okay. Any other questions before we hop off? Nope. Alrighty. Thank you too, Bonnie. Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you everyone for coming. I appreciate you sticking around to the end. I hope you all are able to make good use of this tool. And obviously, you can reach out to us at any point in time if you need any help or support. But thanks for joining, and we will see you again in 2 weeks. Bye bye.